Hello and welcome everyone. So today in this video we will be looking at another front-end JavaScript interview problem, and this problem states that we are given an object and we are given a string, and the string represents a path inside an object, and we need to return the value that is present in this path inside the object. So let's say if my object is this and my path is this, then I need to return the value here 1 2 3, because a dot b dot c value is 1 to 3. Similarly, if I come here, a dot b dot c, and the zeroth value of a dot b dot c is 1, so I'll return 1. Similarly, first index value is 2, I'll return 2. Here I'll return 3. So, and here I'll return undefined because it does not exist, and a dot c also does not exist, so I'll return just undefined. Now there are two formats in which the path can be available. One is a string format like this, and another is array format like this. So there are only two formats in this question. Now so how we'll proceed through this. We know that every character that is not equal to dot, that is not equal to brackets, every character will be a key inside the object. If it is not a key inside the object, then we will just return undefined, and if it is a key inside the object, we will continue traversing through the key by key until we have reached the final value. So let's try to code this up. I'll just remove this approach. I'll remove the code here, and let's try to write this from scratch. So we know that string can be either empty, like base case first. So if string is empty, or like if string is in array, or if string is in array format, and its length is 0, then we'll just return. We don't need to do anything here, or we'll just return undefined. Now if string is in array format, let's convert it into string as well. So like let's keep the format consistent. So if string is in array format, we'll just join the string with dot, so it becomes consistent. So this will become a dot b dot c dot 2. So let's make it consistent. Now let's create our path array which will store the values, and let's create our resultant value which will return at the end, and at the end we'll just return res. Now let's loop through the string that we have. So while looping through the string, I'll check if my string is dot, because if it is dot, I don't want to consider it. If my string is not equal to dot, and my string is not equal to I can also create an array bad characters, and here I can give dot, here I can give open bracket, and here I can give closing bracket, and I can check if my bad characters dot contains string I. If it does not contain string I want to perform one operation. Like if it contains string I'll just continue. Else, if it does not contain, and I want to push the value inside my path, and I'll push the value inside my path, and I will now here I'll check if I'm here, I like my string I is at a, right, and a is supposed to be a key in this object. So I'll check if not a string I, the character in object. So this checks if a is not a key inside this object. If a is not a key inside this object, then we'll just return undefined. I'll reassign res to undefined, and I'll break out of the loop. Because if a is not a key inside this object, then there is no way this path will exist inside the object. So I'll just return undefined here. Else, I will assign res to object string I. I will keep on looping inside key by key. So my resultant will become then this. My resultant will become then a's value, which is this, and I'll also shift object to object.stri. Why I'm shifting object? Because in the next iteration of the loop, when I'm at this character, my object, I'll check if b is present in, if b is a key inside the object, if b is a key inside the object, but I need to change the object to this value because b is a key inside this object, not inside this object. So I'll change res as well, and I'll change object as well, because in the next iteration I need to check if b is present inside the nested object. Similarly, in the next iteration, I will check if C is present inside this object. So I'll change B as well, and I'll change res as well. Now I'll run this and see if it works. So contains is not a function. I'll write includes and run. And we can see we are getting a correct answer here. So this was a pretty basic code. In which we return the path which is present inside in the format of either string or array, and we check with if the path is valid. If it is valid, we return the path's value, else we return undefined. So this was all for today. I'll see you in next one.